Hello and welcome to the end of summer, and I feel fine. Episode 515 of brand new episode of Dylan Knows. And yes, for all you people out there, yes, I know it is not the end of summer. Summer has at least a full month to go, a little less than a month actually. Fall begins September 23rd. Yes, I understand that. I also understand the official beginning of fall is technically, or the end of, I should say, the end of summer is Labor Day weekend, which is next weekend. I get it, but here in Baltimore County, where this show takes place, my children will be going back to school on on Monday, the 28th, which is actually in 24 hours and how many seconds here? What time is it? 24 hours and 13 minutes. My kids will be going back. Well, it'll be officially the beginning of the school year. It'll be midnight, but they'll be going to bed. It'll be the 28th, and school starts for them. Two high school kids. My son is going to be a freshman. My daughter a junior. My son had his preview day, orientation, whatever you want to call it, this week. Enjoyed it immensely. It was also my son's birthday this week. He turned 14. We had a pretty good day. I took the day off of work, and we went to the National Aquarium. And because that's what he wanted to do. And we spent about 3 hours there. And then today we had dinner at IHOP. He didn't want to have dinner on his birthday because he wanted pizza, because Friday's pizza night. And we went to IHOP for dinner. And actually him and his scout troop and my wife and my daughter's scout troop, they went to the National Zoo today. So he likes animals and fish. So he had a great weekend. And we're going to the Orioles game here tomorrow. Now I think about it, I kind of wish we were staying home because we got a lot to do and kind of not a lot of time to do it. It's also Pokemon Go Fest weekend, which I spent the majority of the day today working on Pokemon. Didn't even touch Fortnite, who had their new season start this week. We'll talk about that in a second. But I didn't even touch Fortnite today, and barely was on social media today because I was focused most on Pokemon Go Fest. Day one was today. Had a very successful one, had a lot of shinies I was not expecting, and caught a lot of stuff, got all my collection challenges done and did some rating. Tomorrow will be a little harder since the event is from 10 to 6 and will be at the Oriole game basically from 12 to 5 probably. So we'll only get about 3 hours of it. So we'll see how that actually, we'll be able to probably do it at the stadium, but in between watching the games, because there's a lot of Pokestops down there, but we'll see how that all works out. So day 2 is tomorrow. With that, we also have the Maryland Renaissance Fair started this weekend. It's every weekend through October, and it's always kind of a fun thing to go to and enjoy and watch. The Maryland State Fair started this weekend also. It used to be, it would start and it would go for all of next week, all the way through Labor Day, but because kids are going back to school this week, and even when they weren't going back to school, they didn't have a big amount of people coming during the week because parents still had to work. So they decided to go for 3 weekends now. So you have the 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the first week of the state fair. Then you have a 4-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's 7 days. And then you have another 3 days coming up the weekend after that, which will complete the state fair for this year. So it's 10 days just spread over 3 weeks. So got that going on. What else we got? The last preseason game for the Ravens was today. They ended their preseason after winning 24 straight preseason games. They lost the last 2, so they have a 2-game losing streak going on now in the preseason. But at this point, preseason doesn't really count whatsoever. And maybe the fact now that we've lost some games in the preseason, maybe that'll turn into wins in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, because every time we won every single preseason game for 24 straight games, we didn't go that far in the playoffs or the Super Bowl. Didn't even get the Super Bowl. So here's hoping that that'll change up everything for us coming up here. So we'll see. Let's see what else We went to the Cal twice, which I went to the Cal twice, which is our local gelati place that has ice cream and Italian ice and all kinds of stuff. It's one of the more popular spots on Main Street here in Reisterstown. And I didn't know my kids wanted to go to it tonight. So I went while doing my Pokemon Go stuff today and got myself a fruit punch gelati. And then they said, hey, when we were at IHOP, hey, we're going to go to the Cal, right? I was like, I already went. Oh, okay, but I told them we would go. My wife said so. I was like, all right, we went to that. And I wasn't going to get anything, but we had to wait in line for about 20 minutes. And then we got down there. I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind having a strawberry milkshake. So I finished off that. So that was pretty good. So all in all, anything else that I'm here? Colleges are back in session. A lot of the schools, the classes probably might not start till Monday or Tuesday, but, you know, a lot of moving in and orientation for the freshmen has been going on this weekend. So we got that going on. College football has made a return. Notre Dame played Navy in Ireland today, and Notre Dame demolished Navy 42-3 in Ireland. So good for them, I guess. So that's good. This week also we had the previous fucking asshole president, whose name I will not mention, who's been indicted 4 times. He ended up having to turn himself in this week, and we got the first ever mugshot of him. So that's been a big to-do about that. So that's going on this week as well. A new season of Fortnite started on Friday. It's called Last Resort, and it's sort of a heist sort of thing. They returned a bunch of old mythical weapons that you can only get by stealing them from one of the new POIs we have. There's supposedly a time machine you might be able to use for something down the line. So we'll see what happens. And they've got some new guns and some new skins, new battle pass, stuff like that. But I said I didn't play today. Probably will not play tomorrow. Played a bunch on Friday, but I had an issue where my game was crashing on me. So I only played about 4 or 5 games. So I'm a little bit behind, but that's okay. It goes till November 3rd, so we'll be okay there. Wes Anderson had a film come out earlier this summer called Asteroid City. It is now out on Blu-ray, actually. I saw that at Target the other day. It came out end of June, right? Or end of July. It might have been end of July. I don't know. So it's out like on Blu-ray almost immediately like that. But Wes Anderson is not done with filmmaking for this year. His short film, based on a Roald Dahl short story called The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, will be appearing on Netflix on September 27th. It is a 39-minute short film, so I'm wondering if that'll be eligible. Well, I guess it has to air at movie theaters, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know if it'll be eligible for an Oscar. But he has a all-star cast. Benedict Cumberbatch is the lead. Ray Fiennes, Dev Patel, Ben Kingsley, and Richard Ayoade all star in it as well. Might be interesting to check out. Will be due out, as I said, September 27th. 39-minute long movie. And Netflix has bought the right to all the Roald Dahl stuff, so they're starting to disseminate that. They had the Matilda musical come out last year, and now they have this. So we'll see if anything else rolls through here in a while. So that's pretty cool. Tomorrow, though, if you're not going to the Oriole Game or the Ren Fest or the State Fair, or there's doing Pokemon Go Fest or any of these other things, and you're kind of interested to want to go out to the movies again, National Movie Theater Day is tomorrow, and AMC and the one other movie chain, Airmark or whatever that was, I'm not sure exactly what it is. I don't know if any other ones are going to be doing it also, but they are going to be reducing prices for all their movies down to $4. So if it's a way to get people to come back to the cinema, people are still waiting for stuff to come out on streaming and not come to movie theaters, and they're trying to get people back into the seats of the movie theater. So they're thinking that, a $4 ticket to go see a Barbie or an Oppenheimer or Gran Turismo or Blue Beetle or any of these movies that have come out over the last month that are still there might draw people back to the cinemas, and they realize, hey, I kind of missed this. I kind of liked it. And maybe they'll draw them back into this fall and winter to get them back in movie theaters. However, due to the strike that is still ongoing, Dune Part 2 has been moved to March 15th, 2024. So it is moving out of this year into this year's Oscar race into next year's Oscar race. So that makes things even more interesting for another Barbie Oppenheimer square off come Oscar time, because Dune was going to be up and all that now too. But now it's not going to be till next year's Oscars, 2024's Oscars, which won't appear till 2025. So that'll be interesting to see that. So they've done that. But that's not the only film that's been changed up. The Godzilla versus King Kong sequel, The New Empire, has been moved from the March 15th spot that it was going to take down to April 12th, 2024. So it's only moving about a month. And then this isn't really connected to movie theater stuff, but I think I think Amazon's animated film from Lord of the Rings, there it is, War of the Rohirrim animated film, which was due in April 2024, has now been moved to December 2024. So those are the dates of movies that have been shifted due to the strike and other stuff as well. We had 2 major deaths so far today. Waiting on the third one since death comes in 3. But Bob Barker, the host of The Price is Right for so many years, have your animals spayed and neutered as well. He did those PSAs at the end of every Price is Right, and also was in Happy Gilmore playing as Adam Sandler's character's Happy's celebrity co-golfer, and they got into that big fight. He passed away at the age of 99 today. And Arlene Sorkin, the voice and inspiration, the original voice and inspiration for Harley Quinn, died this week as well at the age of today. Actually died this week. I didn't see how old she was. I think she was 60 something. She was the inspiration for the Harley Quinn character, because Harley Quinn did not appear until Batman the Animated Series. Was supposed to be a one-off character, and Paul Dini, who wrote the story and created Harley Quinn, based it on his good friend Arlene Sorkin, and took forever to try to find a voice to match it, and then decided that Arlene's voice was just as perfect because it is her body that he her inspiration for the character. So she supposed to only be like a one-off, but the character became hugely popular. She then started coming back for more and more shows, and so she did all the Batman the Animated Series episodes that Harley Quinn was in. She did the Batman Arkham video games as well. She did the voices there, and she might have done some of the DC movies, but then she shifted that to someone else, the woman who does Raven's voice, I think. I can't think of who. Strong, something T Strong. Strong. Let's see, Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn, voice actor. Tara Strong, that's right. Tara Strong has taken over as Harley Quinn. Wow, I didn't know so many. Kaylee Kuko is Harley Quinn in the new Harley Quinn animated series. We know that. Mia Sara was the voice. Was the version of her in Birds of Prey. No, it was a voice of her, I guess. No, in the original Birds of Prey, that's what it was. Not the movie that just came out. Arlene Sorkin, because that was Margot Robbie. Arlene Sorkin, of course. Tara Strong is the current voice of her. Melissa Rauch was the voice of Harley Quinn at one time. Gillian Jacobs was. Jenny Slate was. And, of course, Margot Robbie's the actual physical live-action embodiment of it. So, kind of interesting. But, yeah, she passed away this week as well. Or today, I should say. And we'll see. We'll wait the third one, and we'll find that out if there is a third one coming up here soon. Hope there isn't a third one, but you know how these things go. Pumpkin Spice Latte from Dunkin' Donuts actually made its debut this fall debut this week on August 24th. So that's another big thing that happened this week. My sister, who is an avid PSL drinker, got her first one on the 24th as well, because she's getting ready for her school to start, I think, on Monday also. So also good on that. And I'm also a basic pumpkin spice bitch as well. I got the pumpkin spice creamer that's available at the grocery stores now for my coffee at work. So I've been drinking that at work the last couple of days. Some other news. Best headline of the week. Duck walks into pub, drinks a pint, fights a dog, loses, but maintains his bow tie. So apparently this is not a joke. It's not set up for a joke, not The Onion. It's an actual event that happened over in England. A duck walked in wearing a bow tie, drank a beer, decided to quack at a dog. The dog barked back at him and beat him down apparently, and his bow tie didn't get removed. So don't know how the bow tie got there or what the situation was, but that's what happened. So that's what happened this week. Kind of interesting. Also, a shark was discovered on the shore of landlocked Idaho. I guess there's a lake or something there, but a shark was discovered that was not supposed to be there, so no one knows how that actually got there. So that's kind of interesting. Not Another Church movie was announced this week. Jamie Foxx will be playing God, and Mickey Rourke will be playing the devil. So we'll see how that all turns out. Don't know exactly if it's going to be an action film or a comedy or what. Don't know. The biggest search for the Loch Ness Monster in 50 years has gone underway starting this week as well. And already it's raised dividends. An Erie Monster Lair cave system was discovered during the search for Nessie. So they believe that might be how Nessie's been traveling in and out of the loch, or that's where Nessie is hiding out. And that's why she's never seen in the loch too much, unless all the time, but some people do see her. So we'll see. We'll follow up with that. Doctor Who Series 14 to debut in spring of 2024. It's the first time a Doctor Who series has debuted in the spring since 2017. So that's good. We'll get Doctor Who sooner than later. But on the flip side, unfortunately, in Fortnite, there is a Doctor Who crossover that was scheduled that right now appears to be, it might be in danger of not happening or being delayed. So we'll find out. I hope it's not delayed, and I hope it happens when it's supposed to. So we'll see what happens. An Instagram model offers to pay the fines of any NFL player who injures Eli Apple. So I don't know if this is a former lover of his or because she's an avid football fan and finds that he's a total piece of shit when it comes to a player and doesn't want him to play anymore. It's just kind of funny. I just thought it was funny. I don't know. I just thought it was funny. The Morning Show new season trailer came out this week. Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. Hustlers and Bad Moms TV shows are in the works right now. Society of Snow, a Netflix film about an Argentinian soccer team that crash lands in the Andes Mountains and has to survive, is in the works. It's the basis for the movie Alive. Basically, it's a remake of the movie Alive for the most part, but from a different point of view, I think. The Fallout TV show, based on the video game, is set to debut on Amazon in fall 2024. And Walton Goggins has been cast to play a ghoul in the Amazon Fallout show. So it will be good to see him in a show, and we'll see how that goes. India's Chandrayaan Moonlander, Chandrayaan-3 Moonlander, which also happened this week, has officially and safely landed on the South Pole of the Moon, becoming the first country to land something on the South Pole of the Moon. Now the research begins to look for the water that supposedly is in water ice, I should say, that is supposedly at the bottom of craters down there in the South Pole. So pictures came back, and as usual, looks like everything else we've ever seen from the planet. Nothing outrageous, nothing surprising about it. But it's good. India, after Russia's misfortune last week, India has become the first country to land a lander on the South Pole of the Moon. Weird director Eric Appel wishes to make a Paul Rubens biopic. Pee Wee Herman, not played by Paul Rubens, but by someone else, made a cameo appearance in Eric Apple's last film, Weird, which was about Weird Al Yankovic. So he's interested in making a Paul Rubens biopic, and that could be kind of interesting to see, as long as that's done seriously. Whereas, Weird Al should have been done as a parody because he's Weird Al. The Paul Rubens one should be done as a straight up regular biopic. I think that would be good. Britney Spears Broadway musical One More Time, which debuted 2 months ago, has now closed. So did not survive on Broadway and has been shut down. And that happens more often than you expect. A show that sounds good, whatever, gets its way to Broadway and then isn't as popular as people think it is. And so Broadway needs to make room for stuff. So they cancel it early. So there we go. Ed Sheeran, speaking about Wes Anderson having 2 movies come out in the same year. Ed Sheeran has 2 albums coming out in the same year. Ed Sheeran had an album come out earlier this year, and he has another one dropping on September 29th. Called Autumn Variations, which is set right in autumn, so that's good. Autumn Variations is a cool title. So Ed Sheeran's new album is coming out here soon. A cotton candy lobster was caught in Canada, and instead of it being cooked and eaten, the lobstermen who caught him decided to give him to an aquarium to live out his days. So that was kind of interesting to see that. Florin and Son trailer from the Once and Sure Street, Song Street writer-director trailer debuted. New movie for them debuted this week. The Blue Supermoon is due to arrive on August 31st. Blue moon is 2 full moons in the same month, and that's actually not as rare as people think it is. It happens once every couple years. And it's happening this year. We had a full moon earlier in August, and now we have one on August 31st. But what makes this one special, it is a super moon, which means that when the moon rises on the 31st, it will be 14% bigger than usual due to orbits and atmospheric stuff like that. I've actually seen a super moon rise before, and it is quite a sight. If you can see it, it'll just appear to be, but once it rises into its proper spot in the sky, it'll just appear to be brighter, but it's not going to be massive. When you first see it, it is, but it eventually turns back to what it looks like on hand. And it is not blue, unfortunately. It is just a regular moon, full moon, just the second one in a month. The next time a blue supermoon arrives, it won't be till 2032. Next time a blue moon arrives, don't know, but it's going to probably be before 2032. I should say that. So that's pretty cool. Star Trek Day has officially been announced as September 8th, which I think is a Friday. It's also the first day of the Baltimore Comic-Con. In the beginning of a crazy weekend there. We thought this weekend was crazy. That weekend's going to be crazy also. The local news. Adam Jones, baseball player for the Orioles, is going to retire as an Oriole. He hasn't played for them in about 5-7 years. But he will be coming back to Camden Yards in September and will officially retire as an Oriole, sign a 1-day contract to retire as an Oriole. And on the Ravens side, Terrell Suggs, a huge MVP style football player, and might soon be enshrined in not Cooperstown, in the Hall of Fame in Canton, New York, and Canton, Ohio. But he's got a couple more years before that happens. He will have his time in the sun. He will be joining the Ring of Honor. At the Ravens Stadium in a game in October. So that's pretty good about that. The Foe trailer came out. So, yeah, not a big. It's just want to let you know that if you're looking for an interesting movie, check out Foe. There you go. Female stick bugs, insects, whatever, clone itself despite having sex with males. So instead of, I guess, creating baby stick insects. They just clone themselves somehow. And that's how they keep going, I guess. And yet they still have sex with the males. I don't know the whole. I just read that article. I didn't read the article. I read the headline. Thought, okay, that'd be interesting for my show. I probably should have read the article, but oh well. And this is just a sad. A passer bashes a Barbie dollhouse to pieces with a Bible taped to a baseball bat. So he tapes a Bible to a baseball bat and destroys a child's plaything. I guess because of the Barbie movie, he didn't like it. I guess it's these MAGA Republican conservative religious fuckheads, fucktards are just fucking stupid and ignorant and moronic and assholey. And I could go on, but I'm not going to. Anniversaries. Wesley Snipes' Blade, the first, I say the comic book movie that sort of started off this new renaissance, is 25 years old this week. REM's Chronic Town, its first album, even though it's not the first official album, that's Murmur. This is more of a collection of their early songs after Murmur was a hit, debuted in 1982 this week. Better Off Dead, one of my favorite John Cusack movies from Savage Steve Holland, debuted 38 years ago this week from 1985. American Werewolf in London, another really good horror comedy from John Landis, debuted in 1981 this week. So 81, 91, 2001, 2011, 2021. It is 42 years old. So there we go. And Desperado, a fantastic action film from Robert Rodriguez, a de facto sequel to El Mariachi, though you could watch it without really watching El Mariachi. Debuted 28 years ago this week, has one of the hottest sex scenes you've ever seen with the smoking hot Salma Hayek. And Antonio Banderas isn't that bad to look at either, but that is a really hot, sweaty sex scene pops up there. Deaths this week. Bray Wyatt, a wrestler, died at the age of 36 this week. He's the first of two wrestlers that died this week. Hersha Paraday, an actress who worked on The Waltons and Little House on the Prairie and Manimal, died this week as well. Reggie Cherry, University of Houston basketball player, died at the age of 23 this week. And I think that's it for this page. Yep, moving on. I got here a little break, moving on pretty briskly. Probably shouldn't be drinking this because I drank a lot today. Freelance trailer. John Cena's new action film is due out October 6th. Trailer for it released this week. No. That's death. I'm sorry. Pumpkin Spice Latte Stanley Steamer Spray is out. Stanley Steamers, for those who don't know, are carpet cleaning machines you can rent from grocery stores that have cleaning products that are included in the price of the rental. And they have a pumpkin spice smell now available. I thought this was a joke at first, but no, it's not. It's an actual thing. The Marsh King's Daughter trailer with Daisy Ridley and Ben Mendelsohn had its trailer come out this week. It's due out on October 6th as well. VHS 85 trailer, the found footage horror film that'll be debuting on Shudder, had its first trailer this week. FX fifth season of Fargo is set to debut on Hulu and FX on November 21st. Leo trailer, which is Adam Sandler, an animated film with Adam Sandler voicing a lizard in a elementary school classroom. Got a trailer this week as well. It is a musical cartoon That's kind of interesting to see Adam Sandler get involved with animation, but that's also going to be on Netflix. It's going to be part of his Netflix deal as well. Again, I keep talking about how great that deal was for Netflix that he did. And I got to give him props to that. Gen V, the Boys spinoff, is set to appear on Amazon Prime on September 29th. First poster for that came out as well. Can't read that. It's always one I can't read. Priscilla, Sofia Coppola's Priscilla Presley biopic. That's coming out here soon, as we're getting a little bit of hate so far. Will not be allowed to use any Elvis Presley songs due to them not being able to get the okay from Elvis Presley's estate to do it, because they do not like the movie. It's based on Priscilla's autobiography, where she painted Elvis in not a very pretty light. Oklahoma City. What was this? I remember it. Oklahoma City Zoo announced the arrival of the birth of a rare clouded leopard kitten at their zoo. So that's good about that. Wilderness teaser trailer, new TV show coming out soon, debuted this week as well. Talking Heads to reunite at the Stop Making Sense film at a Stop Making Sense film screening. A24, who's making themselves quite a name in the film industry, is re-releasing the classic Talking Heads concert film Stop Making Sense, directed by Jonathan Demme, for its anniversary this year. And apparently Talking Heads is going to reunite at a film screening. So I don't know if they're going to perform, but they're going to be together, though. Barbie passes Mario as the highest grossing film of the year. Aurora season has begun, as the 24-hour sun is finally starting to dissipate a little more, which means that more Aurora Borealis are going to be making their appearances here in the next couple weeks. So keep an eye out if you're up in that general direction. Keep an eye about that. Matthew Lillard has launched a Dungeons and Dragons inspired whiskey. What's this with actors and actresses getting into alcohol? It's kind of interesting, I guess. Yoplait yogurt with chocolate shavings is a new thing right now. You can get your yogurt now with chocolate shavings in it. Nightmare Before Christmas popcorn tins are making appearances left and right here and there nowadays. Jesus. Peeps Halloween Hot Cocoa Mix has entered the world as well. It's a hot cocoa mix that comes with Peeps. So basically, I think you put the Peeps in the bottom of your mug. You put your hot chocolate stuff on there. You put your boiling water, boiling milk on there. It's going to melt the Peep and give yourself a Peep-colored chocolate, hot chocolate, because hot chocolate with marshmallows is great, and Peeps are with marshmallow, so that's kind of cool. Newly discovered comet may have originated from outside the Milky Way, may be interstellar. It is going to be able to be viewed next month, so we'll be talking more about that probably with the naked eye once it gets closer to us. Poltergeist, a new ghost Pokemon, made its debut in the will make its debut in the Scarlet and Violet DLC, which is a added thing that they're going to be releasing for Scarlet and Violet here really soon. The Frasier teaser trailer came out this week. It will be coming out this year. There was some talk that they might delay it to next year, but the Frasier series on Paramount Plus will be coming out on October 12th. Nothing really showed up in the trailer, just the announcement that that's what's going to be happening. What the hell? First Shift trailer Yui Boll, who was a director who made Waves at the beginning of this century and then disappeared for a while, is returning with this new film, police drama called First Shift. John Hamm will be playing Boba Fett, but only the voice of Boba Fett in an audio book. Cassandro, a lucha libre film with Gael Garcia Bernal and Bad Bunny, will be debuting on October 15th on, it looks like Prime. I thought it'd be a Netflix thing, but I guess it's Prime. Life on Our Planet, a docu-series from Steven Spielberg, will be debuting on Netflix on October 25th. Peanut Butter and Jelly Coffee Creamer is a new coffee creamer out there that sounds kind of interesting. I don't know what it would taste like, and I don't know, a jelly-flavored creamer for coffee might not be very good. But who knows? Sorry again. Oh, yeah. Zombie Town trailer, the R.L. Stine adaptation that's going to reteam Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase, had his trailer debut this week. The Meowsing Museum of House Cats in rural North Carolina is a thing now. Did not know it was a thing, but it is. A sheep named Lamborghini has won 165 sheep races. Didn't know there was such thing as sheep races, but has won 165 sheep races and is now considered the GOAT, which doesn't make sense because sheep aren't goats, but whatever. That was someone's idea of a joke when I was just reading what they just said. Something in the Dark is busing blue from, I don't know what this is. So I don't know what that is. So I'm just going to skip that. This is an interesting science story. Really kind of interesting science story. Researchers in Alaska stumbled upon dozens of dinosaur footprints. Now, that's not unusual. What is unusual is where they discovered them. These scientists discovered dinosaur footprints on the face of a cliff. Now, if you don't know what a face is, here's your cliff. Here's the wall that goes down. So there's the cliff, goes down, and you fall off the cliff into whatever water. This is the wall that's holding it up. The face is this. So somehow there was a dinosaur that ran vertical. Or that land was down on the ground at one point, and then Earth movement shifted it up, and it created a cliff. I don't know. No one knows. That's why researchers are flabbergasted by it, and we'll be researching it a little bit more. But that was kind of the interesting sort of science news this week. Dining, that's what it is. Dining in the Dark, that's what it is. Dining in the Dark has hit Baltimore. It's a blindfolded restaurant. So basically, it's a restaurant where you are blindfolded and you eat your food blindfolded. You're given whatever, I guess, and you're going to have to, you can't see it. So you're going to see if you can figure out what it tastes like or the anticipation of what it is, sort of thing, I guess. Kind of cool. Dan Green, a comic book inker and a penciler, famous for working on Mark Silvestri's X-Men run, and also as a penciler and inker, worked on James DeMatteis's Into Shambhala, Doctor Strange graphic novel, died this week. He was also a big guy who liked to ink Walt Simonson when he didn't ink himself. So a big comic book name passed away this week. And Terry Funk, a wrestler who's 79 years old, he died this week. He's the second wrestler to die this week. And Ashley Albertson, a female pro racing driver for Tony Stewart's team, died at the age of 24 after a road rage incident caused her, not her, it was a road rage incident that other cars were involved in that she just happened to be an innocent bystander in, and she got ejected from the car after it got hit by these mad drivers, and she died at the age of 24. It's a sad sort of state of affairs. See if anything else has popped up over the time here. Nope. Let's see if there's any third. It says Wonka movies 2023 release date will reportedly not change. So that's a good story too. So Wonka is going to be involved in the Oscar race now. Of course, that could change also. It also looks like the Captain Marvel movie is not going to change either. It's actually going to take over some of the IMAX theaters that Dune was going to take over. So now it'll be able to have that. So I'm glad I saw that. So that was kind of a good story. So Wonka's on its way. So we'll be able to see that this year also. So that's probably going to get some Oscar love as well. All right. About a page and a quarter left here. So let's see if I can read this stuff. A rare 12 million year old bird fossil was discovered along the Chesapeake Bay, which is in my hood. Kind of interesting to see about that. And a 180 million year old fish. This was discovered that the fish died apparently by choking on a supersized meal it was trying to eat. It couldn't swallow the whole thing, ended up choking, and it died. In the comics, DC is currently doing their scary dream world sort of storyline. I haven't read comics for a while, but this caught my eye. In Nightwing's nightmares, as they calling this thing, he's teaming up with the Scarecrow, and the two of them got trapped in the back rooms, which is a meme slash not crunchy pasta, creepy pasta sort of story. We know it really doesn't exist, but they decided to make that a story. So that's kind of cool to see about that. Hundreds of sharks are gathering off of the Texas coast. Nobody knows why for sure. Pedro Pascal was denied entrance to an art exhibit about Pedro Pascal. I understand how you know what Pedro Pascal looks like. You have this art exhibit that's for him, and you do not let Pedro Pascal in to see the art exhibit that's about him. Yeah, okay. Jelly Belly Beans appears twice on my list here. First off, we have Holiday Feast. Jelly Belly Beans will be coming out soon. It's a mix of all the holidays that are coming up here very soon. So you get cranberry sauce flavored jelly beans, candy cane flavored jelly beans, pumpkin pie flavored jelly beans, eggnog flavored jelly beans, and hot chocolate flavored jelly beans all in the same bag. Also, Jelly Belly is also releasing boba milk tea jelly beans as well, with different flavors of boba milk tea. I don't know much about that, but there you go. The blue crab is Maryland's state crustacean. It is what makes Maryland crabs. We love crabs, and blue crabs are our bread and butter. Apparently, though, it has now become a staple in Italy because the blue crabs, due to climate change, some of them, not all of them, have shifted gears over to the Italian coast, which makes them an invasive species. But the Italians, knowing how good crabs are and stuff like that, have adapted to the arrival of the blue crabs and has used them a little bit more in their cuisine as well. So last week, after I did the show on Sunday, I went to dinner with my dad and stepmom and my family. And then after that, I was come back home, was looking at my social media, and we already talked about on last week's show how hurricane was set to hit California. While we were on the show, it hit actually California. When I went on to social media after the show was done and after dinner with my dad and stepmom, discovered there was also an earthquake during the hurricane. So hurricane is the new Barbenheimer. So California had a hurricane and an earthquake happen at the same time. That's crazy. We had a earthquake happen and then a hurricane hit us a couple days later, but it really didn't hit us head on. It was more of the remnants of it. So that was like the closest we came to a hurricane. This happened during the hurricane hitting California. NSYNC to reunite for one song, in their first song in 20 years. It's going to be for the Troll movie, which Justin Timberlake is one of the voice actors for. So we'll be getting a new NSYNC song here really soon. I hate my handwriting. Moving on. Doctor Who Fortnite. Yeah, I talked about that already. The Green Turtles is local news. Green Turtle, which is a local bar restaurant, is going to be opening new restaurants in Towson and Canton. That's a pretty cool thing for us here locally. The Reptile trailer coming out also October 6th on Netflix. Stars Benicio del Toro, Justin Timberlake, and Alicia Silverstone. Got the first trailer for that. Dolly Parton was able to wrangle in Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney to reteam. And also Dolly added herself to this as well, to a cover of the classic Beatles song, Let It Be. The voice of Mario is retiring. Charles Mantemort has said that he will be retiring as the voice of Mario, so they'll be getting a brand new Mario here soon. Old Dads, a Netflix series that Bill Barr is working on, is going to be released in October on Netflix. Oreo muffins are a thing. You can get muffins that taste like Oreos. Good Burger 2 released their first teaser trailer for forever. So people, fans who grew up with that, you now get a chance to see that here too. Another local news, Australian themed brewery to open in Baltimore called M8 Brew. So that should be interesting to see that. A hungry cat watches as people give something to the fish store that he lingers outside of. It's money, obviously, to buy fish. So the cat comes back with a leaf and goes up to the counter and basically gives the leaf, expecting to get fish. And the fish people, feeling sorry for the cat, gave her fish. So the cat has been coming back every day with the leaf, paying for her fish, which I think is really cute. 7-Up is getting a tropical flavor. You don't hear much about 7-Up changing up their flavors that much, but they will. They are changing it to a tropical flavor. Not, they're not changing it. They're going to release a tropical flavor here. 240 million year old fossil of a salamander-like creature with gritty teeth was unearthed in rocks that were being put in for a garden wall. So it's weird where they find these fossils all the time. Yeah, I've already talked about that. What the hell did I write here? Oh, a Little League World Series coach mysteriously disappeared after a game. Still hasn't been found yet. So we don't know what's going on with that. Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa will be teaming up in a movie called Wrecking Crew, a action comedy coming from the director of Blue Beetle. I don't know. Oh, God, I can't read any of my writing. New season of Chucky on Sci-Fi is set to debut October 4th. Researchers were able to create a tunnel sound over a very small distance between two crystals in a vacuum, basically proving that sound can travel in a vacuum. So we'll see what that unearths, but that's kind of an interesting sort of news thing. Oh, adopt a ghost necklace comes with a ghost inside the necklace. It's a glow in the dark ghost. It's kind of cute. So you have a necklace and it has this little glass jar thing in it. And there's like a little ghost in it that glows in the dark. It's kind of neat. So if you like that kind of thing, Hallmark had something like that years ago, which I have one around here somewhere. It's Ghost in a Can. And you press a button and it pops up on this like a ghost. It goes, woo, that disappears. And you press it again and it makes a different noise. So it's kind of cool about that. Anniversary. Mimic came out in 1997. That was Guillermo del Toro's first American movie about giant cockroaches that have evolved into human form. It's kind of creepy film, actually. Some more deaths. Judd Warnick, not Judge Winnet, Judd Warnick, who's the co-founder of Adobe Systems and the creator of the PDF, died at the age of 82. And where's the other death here? Carl Krenel, an NFL linebacker, passed away this week as well. And we're going to end this one quickly, good, because I'm getting kind of tired and it's got a long day here. She Comes to Me trailer starring Peter Dinklage, Anne Hathaway, and Marissa Tomei. Ooh, good cast. Debuted this week. Dinklage plays a opera singer or writer, something like that, who is having trouble finishing his big one. His wife is played by Anne Hathaway, who's kind of a typical sort of bitchy sort of wife, and he gets influence from Marissa Tomei's character. So typical sort of thing like that. And the final story for this finale-ish to summer. I know. I talked about it earlier, but with school starting on Monday, tomorrow actually, it's now Sunday. It is officially, for me, summer vacation is over for the kids. So summer vacation's over. All that other football is not that far away. College football has started. College kids are back. All this stuff. So for me, summer is basically ended for the most part because I want to end quicker, sooner than later. To end this episode, the Spiderwick Chronicles, which was Disney Plus had done what they were going to do with Riordan's Percy Jackson books. We're going to make it a TV series and give it a good adaptation. Disney decided they are not going to release it now, despite it being done, which is a very problematic event that's been popping up recently and stuff where films that are almost done or TV shows that are almost done are almost complete. Grendel was one of those for Netflix, and the Batgirl movie and all that. They end up getting canceled despite the fact that they put all this money into it and the movie and our TV show is almost done. And you don't know what would be a hit. So you're either afraid you're going to lose money on it because of this writer strike and actor strike or what. But I think it's kind of stupid that you're going to dump a series that is basically done for you. If it's not good, it's not good. It'll be disparaged on websites, and then you can remove it from your thing. But that might turn out to be good. There might be fans for it, and it might become a huge hit. You don't know. You should try it. Same with Batgirl. That could have been a huge hit. Michael Keaton and Brendan Fraser together in a movie without the stigma of the dumbass Flash actor, without the stigma of the dumbass Zack Snyder asshole, and you get J.K. Simmons in there again. You got a great cast. It would have been a great movie. And yet they shelved it, which is ridiculous. So I don't like this trend. And this is just the newest thing that is making it even harder for me to like this type of sort of stuff. So we'll see what happens. That is it. We are entering episode 516. Episode 516 will be on Labor Day weekend. Haven't decided which day it's going to be yet. It could be Saturday, could be Sunday afternoon. Remember, I like the Sunday afternoon stuff. Could be Monday. You never know. I doubt it'll be Labor Day itself, but it will be sometime this weekend. Also, I'm thinking of maybe this weekend will be the fall movie preview show I was talking about. Also, maybe another show where I'm going to disparage commercials, but I'm not sure about that one. But I definitely want to do a fall movie preview thing, so we'll see about that. But for now, we do have a show coming out next week. Depending on what, we've got nothing going on next weekend. For the first weekend in a long time, we've got nothing going on. So depending upon what my family decides to do, we'll see what this new episode will air. It'll probably be Sunday afternoon because I like the Sunday afternoon time frame. And there's no football. It's the last Sunday for football next Sunday. So that's it. All right. Another quick one for you guys and gals. It happens sometimes. Sometimes we'll get a big one. Sometimes we'll get a small one. In this case, we got a small one. Not a lot going on here. And we'll see how the rest of this week plays out. It is the first week of school for those here in Baltimore County. And let's just take a look at the weather here real quick to see how this first week of school is going to be. 79 degrees and rainy on Monday, 77 degrees and rainy on Tuesday, 81 degrees and sunny on Wednesday, 78 degrees on Thursday, and 80 degrees on Friday. The weekend, as of now, 86 degrees on Saturday, 89 degrees on Sunday, 87 degrees on Labor Day. So it looks like it's going to be a nice, cool week. But it also looks like it's going to heat up by next weekend, which blows. So as we enter September, yes, September is coming. That's right. This is the final. This is the final show of August. So we have that. So there we go. On that note, I am going to go now because it's getting late and I did a lot of walking today and we got a lot of stuff coming up here. So I want to thank you for watching. I'm going to try to bleed this out to 57 minutes. So I'm going to end this stream here in just about 5 seconds to see if I can nail it just right. So thanks for watching and see you next week. Labor Day weekend, baby.